In this exercise tutorial, I'm going to be taking you through how to do a back extension on one of the Swiss balls. Now, firstly, the start position of this is often what people struggle with, and I'm actually going to have my feet up against this wall to make sure I've got a nice start position where I can focus on trying to work those muscles of my lower back, as opposed to having to try and balance this Swiss ball. We want to be making sure that we can execute the repetitions as well as possible, as opposed to be in a position, let's say if I was on my tiptoes with the floor, where this is going to be going all over the place. I'm going to be worrying more about my balance than actually the execution of the repetitions. So firstly, I'm going to be on top of the ball, and what I'm going to do is bring myself into a position where my feet are on the wall. Now, if I come up into a back extension from here, you'll notice I don't have too much range of motion. So we can increase this by bringing the ball closer towards the wall and rolling over the ball, making sure that we have the feet, again, completely on the wall. From here, I'm going to have my hands behind my head. I want my elbows to be out of my field of vision. And from here, what I want you to think of doing is squeezing the glutes, coming up, big contraction of the lower back, and slowly back down. Coming up, really slowly, big contraction of the lower back, and slowly down. So at the moment, the ball is resting on my stomach. It's also on my hips as well. And my chest is completely off the ball, even when I come down into the lowest position. I want those hands and elbows out of my field of vision as I do all of my repetitions, and I'm keeping my glutes squeezed during the whole entirety of the motion. So I'm keeping my glutes squeezed to make sure I've got that nice hip position, I've got a nice set hip position ready to go, and then what that's going to do is going to put all the emphasis on my lower back when I come into back flexion and back extension. To make this harder, of course, you can start to grab weights as well. You can put a bit of resistance onto the exercise when you're doing your repetitions. That's how to do back extensions on a Swiss ball. And of course, to progress, you would add weight.